A wealthy young woman was streak racing when another car passed her. To her surprise, she instantly flew into a fit of road rage. She not only hurled vicious insults at the other driver, but also slammed on the gas and aggressively cut the car off. Unexpectedly, her vehicle lost control the very next second and caused a serious crash. The wealthy young woman was unharmed except for a few minor scratches, but the brother and sister in the other car were not nearly as fortunate. After an examination, the doctor sadly informed the woman that her brother no longer showed any signs of life. Hearing those heartbreaking words, she completely fell apart. What followed was an overwhelming wave of anger. She swore on the spot that the female driver would pay for what she had done. However, after waking up, she found her husband and male best friend holding a settlement agreement and asking her to sign it. Her eyes filled with disbelief. The other woman had clearly killed her own brother, yet her husband and male best friend had chosen to stand with the person responsible and shamelessly pressured her to sign the agreement. Furious, she demanded to know why her husband was defending the other woman. Seeing that he could no longer keep it a secret, he finally admitted that the wealthy young woman was the girl he had secretly loved since childhood. Then he once again urged his wife to sign the document and treat the deadly accident as nothing more than an unfortunate mishap. The woman angrily knocked the agreement aside and refused without hesitation. She was determined to make the driver pay the price. To seek justice, she decisively took the female driver to court. But what she never expected was that on the day of the trial, her husband would appear as the driver's defense attorney. And after a series of twisted arguments from him, the court ultimately declared the wealthy young woman not guilty. Heartbroken and lost, the woman walked out of the courthouse. At that very moment, the wealthy young woman followed her outside and even offered a fake and insincere apology. Seeing this, the male best friend impatiently scolded the woman for not knowing when to let things go. She has already apologized, so what more do you want? Her husband also chimed in and told her not to be so petty. You only lost a brother, not a husband. The furious woman immediately told her husband to shut up, but her husband believed he had spoiled her too much, which was why she could no longer tell right from wrong. The wealthy young woman secretly rejoiced inside, yet she put on a pitiful expression, claiming that she would simply be more careful in the future. The woman exploded with rage. Her brother was already gone, so how could there ever be a next time? After being slapped, the wealthy young woman tilted her head and pretended to faint. Her husband and male best friend were instantly worried sick. The two quickly divided their roles, with one stopping the woman, while the other escorted the wealthy young woman away. Her husband even continued criticizing her for being far too unreasonable, and decided on the spot to separate from her so she could calm down. Looking at her husband's true colors, the woman finally saw reality for what it was. Since she could rely on no one else, she would depend only on herself from now on, no matter what. She had to get justice for her brother, and her first step would be settling every score with her husband. With a single phone call, she immediately canceled all cooperation with her husband's company. This time her husband's good days had truly come to an end.